It's 10:30. Is Gerry available today? Is Gerry speaking to us?
Of course he is.
Gerry,
yes, he is here.
of course. You see, I knew in my heart of hearts that you wouldn't neglect the listeners, like Stephen, over the holiday period. Had you a nice Christmas?
I had a lovely Christmas. Where is the mobile bacon today?
Well, I don't want to mention because he's actually providing competition for you at this moment in time, Gerry.
Oh, he's on Radio 5 Live today.
He's Steve today, yes.
Las Vegas must be closed.
Steve, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday he is. and I will be here looking after his shop.
Ah, dear. That's good.
Yes.
God bless you, my son.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gerry. Bye.
Bye. The bacon is in England. They need it there.
In spite of you, you like yourself, and that's all right with me. It gets so lonesome filling space, and someone must believe. Erasing golden memories and blow the candles out. Let's get on off away somewhere and see what we're about. Lay down your weary tune again and rest your head on me. Your phone call says you're sorry, and the grapevine says you're free. Your drugstore daddy's flesh and blood like Marilyn Monroe. And out there on the runway now, the king's all set to go. They'll cover up the window soon, 'cause he'll be rolling in. He's Elvis Presley, honey child, and I can't cop his grin. Lay down your weary tune again and rest your head on me. Your phone call says you're sorry, and the grapevine says you're free. The missionary paid my way and put me off to sleep. I woke up early yesterday and found a place to eat. I got it down and felt relieved, and Jane went off to work. It's Wooden Soldier's Christmas time, and Jane, she is a clerk. Lay down your weary tune again and rest your head on me. Your phone call says you're sorry, and the grapevine says you're free. In spite of you, you like yourself, and I admire you much. I'm out to get us back in sync, 'cause we've been so out of touch. Just meet me next to Noah's Ark and let's get out of town. There's got to be some place, somewhere these rain clouds haven't found. Lay down your weary tune again and baby rest your head on me. Your phone call says you're sorry, and the grapevine says you're free. Lay down your weary tune again and baby rest your head on me. Phone call, sorry, grapevine, free.
That's a singer you never hear anymore. Unfortunately, that's Steve Forbert. Not unfortunately that's Steve Forbert. Unfortunately, you don't hear him anymore for some strange reason. Unfortunately, that's Steve Forbert. Am I repeating myself today?
It's because presenters don't play him. It's the only reason you don't hear him.
Why do they not play him?
Well, you're one of them. Explain.
I played him all the time until I felt as if maybe perhaps I was playing him too much. I half expected, naively I suppose, all the presenters to pick up the cudgel. But they did not. No. Or indeed pass on the baton. Pick up the cudgel. What does that mean, pick up the cudgel?
I don't know. I think it's
that's a warlike act. Anyway, that's from an album called Mission of the Crossroad Palms, which I know is one of your favourites. And the song is called Lay Down Your Weary Tune Again. I'm going to start to talk about television today, because I really feel as if I should. Now, the BBC has been castigated in many quarters for not doing the programmes that it's supposed to do, repeats and stuff like that, continually under fire over the Christmas period for putting on, well, horrible things. But did you see Great Expectations last night?
Yes.
Wasn't it just the greatest thing you've ever seen?
Yes, it was absolutely amazing.
Knocks Downtown Abbey into a cocked hat.
Yeah, but I won't watch it tonight.
Why not?
Because I think what they'll do is they'll change it into a big romance thing. They'll concentrate on the romance.
What do you mean you think they'll do? Have you never read Great Expectations
Of
by
course I have.
Charles Dickens?
Of course, but they'll concentrate on that. It'll be more a love thing. I'm not watching it. That first episode was everything that you expected of the BBC and what you imagined the BBC to be about.
It was wonderful.
It was absolutely amazing.
You
And
see,
I want to leave it at that. You see. You understand? You couldn't get much better than that last night.
No, but it will be.
No.
It'll be as good.
No, I doubt it.
It can't get any worse. I mean, you know what I mean? That sounds wrong.
They'll not be as good as.
Yes, it will. It will.
The only wee flaw in it last night.
What's Janet doing?
She's
getting under the table.
No, Janet's having
Janet,
difficulty.
don't do that.
She's having difficulty with her headphones.
Why is she under the table?
She's down
Come
in
out
the-
of there.
She's down in the ground now.
Somebody will take a photograph.
She's down at my legs.
I know that's what I'm saying. Get out of there.
Stop
For
it.
God's sake, get up. Stand up.
You're a
Sean.
married woman, Janet.
For God's sake, control yourself, will you? Too much turkey.
Here,
That's
do you
too
want
much
my
turkey, too much protein.
Where's Ken? Do you want these headphones?
God, look, she's walking around and everything. What's wrong with her?
You
She's not
sort of.
herself. She's not
Just
herself.
take my headphones.
Go on. Take his headphones, go on.
You
It's
all
not-
right?
It's not often he offers you anything.
No, you're all right. Yeah, the only fault or flaw, but in last night's performance was Miss Havisham.
Oh, she was the best.
No,
Gillian
no.
Anderson?
Miss Havisham was too young.
Oh, no, she was great.
She was too young, and also her teeth were perfect.
No, but when you looked up close, she wasn't all that.
No, the makeup wasn't great for her.
It was fantastic.
No,
There's only one.
and she was too young because in the novel she's in her 40s.
Well, she would have been in her 40s.
No, she wasn't. She was portrayed as a girl in her 20s.
She was all wrinkly and everything.
No, she wasn't.
Anyway,
And
here, let me just...
also,
let
she
me just
wore one shoe as well too.
Anyway, one of the things I
Those
think
wee
was...
things detail.
Well, speaking of detail, did you spot the deliberate mistake?
No.
It wasn't a deliberate mistake, but it was one that was very... my wife pointed it out to me. I didn't notice it.
Pray tell.
When the young girl was standing on top of the stairs when Miss Havisham introduced her to Pip.
Yes, the first time.
Yes.
Or the second time.
No, the second time when he
The
comes
second
back...
time he was a big man.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
Right, when he comes back and he's a big man...
Yes.
And she is standing on the stairs and she's a grown woman now.
Yes.
Anyway, you notice her hair was hanging down?
Didn't.
When he left and went out to the street, she ran after him. And when she came out, her hair was all combed up.
See, I didn't notice. I didn't
You
notice
see?
up or down.
I didn't
See.
notice that, but women notice that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
continuity error, but I have to say that's the only small error. Now, let me just explain this. A lot of people are raving about Downton Abbey. Now, I didn't like Downton Abbey even from the start because it was not believable. It was pure entertainment. Now, when you have a big house like that and the people in the manor, they do not care about the servants. Whenever the servant gets ill, they say, get another one. They don't go down into this room and say, are you all right? Is there anything we can do for you? They don't care. Everybody was too nice. One of the reasons why I didn't like the King's speech, the King's speech was historically inaccurate and there was lots of attitudes were wrong. For instance, when the King couldn't speak, do you know what he used to do?
No.
He used to kick the corgis round the room. He did.
Okay.
But you didn't see that in the movie because he was a nice man. But he wasn't a nice man. So I don't like that when they don't portray the people the way they are. Great Expectations, how real was that last night?
Do you know what I
It was
liked?
dirty, it was filthy, and everybody was horrible. It was great because that's the way people are. And I
felt
don't
the
like all this kind of
cold.
Hollywood thing.
Didn't you?
What?
You felt the cold and the hunger.
I was
of the
freezing.
people. Yes.
I had to eat a mince pie halfway
But
through
a
it.
great set
Do you
in the
remember when?
house.
Do you remember when Magwitch ate the mutton pie?
Yeah.
You could taste it.
Yeah. I know.
You could taste it. Oh, it was brilliant. Now watch it tonight. Oh, now what?
No.
The reason why you're not watching because you don't like love. Why do you not like love, Sean? Janet, what's wrong with
it'll
him?
be too much. I'm telling you, it's going to they'll play on the love and I.
No, but that's the heart of the matter.
I think they'll stray away from it.
They won't do that. BBC won't do it. I trust the BBC. If it was UTV, they would do it.
Well.
It would turn into Emmerdale. But I think the BBC will concentrate on the way that life was then.
No, I think it'll become too nice and it's all too.
No, it won't be
refined
nice. It
now,
won't be
and they're
nice.
Young ladies and young gentlemen. It'll
It won't,
be
no,
all
it won't be
nice.
nice. There'll be young ladies and young gentlemen, but they won't be nice young gentlemen. They won't be nice. You know the way are in downtown, they're nice. Hello, how are you?
What do you see?
I'm telling you, no.
right. And then-
how are you going to know if you don't watch it?
Because you'll tell me. But I won't believe you. I'll believe Janet.
No, but if you tell me, if I tell you, that's like you don't believe me.
No.
I'll watch it, then I'll tell you what it's like. Then you believe me, and then
No,
you'll ask Janet, and Janet will lie to you because she doesn't like me.
You'll say to me, you missed it last
I
night.
won't
You
say
should
that.
have." Yeah, you will.
Let me just say to the people who didn't see it last night, watch it immediately on iPlayer and then watch it again tonight, even though there's love in it. Which you kind of... And Cheetah's dead.
Cheetah's dead. But what about, did you watch Sarah Palin?
No, I didn't see that.
More 4.
More 4. No, I didn't see that. No.
Oh, can I say this to you?
Uh-huh.
You missed it.
Well, what was the Sarah Palin? Was Sarah Palin real Sarah Palin or Tina Fey?
The real Sarah Palin, behind the scenes.
Is she a complete idiot, is she?
2-hour program.
Is she a complete idiot?
Yeah, what the guy says, do you think that she almost got there? You know what I mean? She came close.
I mean, that goes to show you what kind of the caliber of the politicians that they would put her in there. She could have had her finger on the nuclear button.
That's what one of the people said last night.
I think I'll just press this button now.
Yeah.
I think I don't like these guys. Look at those guys over across the water in Russia. I don't like them. I'm going to get them and get rid of them now.
You know.
So George Bush was nearly the same. The only reason he didn't push it because he was too stupid. He couldn't find it.
Well, if you see that program, if it's on again,
I don't want to watch Sarah
No,
Palin.
do
The Tea Party.
do watch it.
Anyway, Cheetah's dead. Do you not care about imps? Chimps? Imps. Do you not care about chimps? Cheetah was a part of your life.
I was never really a Tarzan boy.
Were you not?
Nah.
Oh,
Why? Think about it. Why was I never a Tarzan boy?
Let me just think. You were never a fan of Tarzan.
No, for one reason.
I can't think why.
Come on.
Jane didn't wear enough clothes.
Jane? Why did you bring Jane in for?
Because
I was happy with Tarzan. I was quite happy, just me and him and Cheetah.
This is something that we have to get to the bottom of.
Why did they introduce her?
Why do you not like women? For God, what is wrong with you?
Because
Now, Barbara Stanwyck started when you realised that she had breasts.
Yes.
And you didn't like that.
No.
You just thought they were lungs. But then you realised she was flashing them about. And the cowboys were looking at them, thereby bringing the attention away from you. That's not what it was.
Not away
The
from
cowboys weren't
me.
interested in you anymore. They were interested in the
Yes,
girl with
Barbara
the lungs.
Stanwyck, yeah.
Barbara Stanwyck started for you. And then when you saw Jane with her little loincloth, you know what I mean?
I said,
That's for boys like
why should she
me.
go away.
That's for people like me who want to watch them swinging up across the trees.
It says no good to
Something
me.
might fall off. Grab a hold of that liana, baby. Do you know what I mean? But you see, you're not normal.
I know.
And you didn't like Cheetah.
It was all right.
Cheetah.
Excuse me. It's all right. Just a wee jump up and down on Tarzan.
He was 80 years old.
I
Do you
don't care.
realise that all the years that you've been alive, so has Cheetah?
Yeah.
Do you realise that when you were born, Cheetah was there? When you were being baptised, were you baptised?
I think so.
Cheetah was there. Whenever you get married, Cheetah was eating a banana. Whenever you come into Radio Foil, Cheetah was eating a banana. Last year, during 9/11, Cheetah was sitting watching TV, eating a banana. Yesterday, he was dead.
He's dead.
But that was the first animal impersonation you probably did. Everybody can do Cheetah.
I'll tell you another thing. I'll tell you another film. Can I tell you another film that was spoiled for me?
Go on.
King Kong.
It's too big.
Oh, why did he have to fall for her? What's the point? What was that about? Why did King Kong not just wreck New York and leave her alone?
You don't like people falling for women. You don't like that because, well, there's something wrong with you.
Oh.
But, you know, the thing, you remember Quentin Crisp's comment?
No, what did he say? No, it was,
Quentin Crisp was a well-known stately homo of England, and he went to the movies. He went to see the new version of King Kong with a friend of his. And whilst they were watching the movie, and King Kong held the young lady in his hand, he turned round to his friend and he said, "I don't know what on earth he sees in her."
this is a call.
Too late! Rock and roll! Sinead O'Connor!
Oh, God.
Hey,
Ah,
I want to marry her.
it's a joke, isn't it?
So give me £1 million for half an hour.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Dance to the song they're playing on the radio. Wild color lights up your face. Sway through the crowd to an empty space. If you say run, break my heart into blue.
I don't think that quite works somehow. For some reason, it's just not quite right. David Bowie, of course, and lots of other people. I'll play another mashup later on, which I think does work, just to right the balance. That doesn't really work then.
Yeah.
No, I thought it worked at the start, but then as I listened through to it, I listened to it upstairs, I thought it worked. But now, when you hear it now in the baldness, if I may use the expression of the radio studio, it doesn't really work. No.
I watched
get a purer sound down here.
I watched another program on BBC Two, I think it was.
Yes.
But it started quite late. I think it started at 12 o'clock. But it was about toys. Toys that people had when they were younger. And people grew great mileage out of the Meccano set. Did you ever have a Meccano set?
No.
No, nor did I. But I'll tell you what we did have. We had bits of Meccano set. Had you not?
Wee bits.
We had bits.
How frustrating is that? No wonder you ended up not liking women.
I know. We had
because
bits
nothing ever worked out. Nothing ever finished.
You could never finish anything.
At least with the man, you don't have to start. Listen, do you know, I was just thinking there's no other radio programme like this whereby two guys sit and talk about TV and fall apart. Listen, is there someone on the line?
Yes, Betty.
Oh, she's in Venus. Hello, calling Pluto.
Hello.
Betty, yes, how are you? Do you have a nice Christmas?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
I can barely hear you.
I'm sorry about that. It's the way the BBC is. We're trying to cut down on sound.
Well, I'm sorry we couldn't conduct a conversation because I can barely hear you. What's wrong?
I don't know.
Press
Sean,
some
what's
button or
wrong?
something.
Well, let's bring in Ken.
No, don't do that. Let's not bring in Ken. I'll just speak a little louder. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Look, I'm trying to put on my drawers and you phone in the middle of it.
Are they the
Right?
long drawers or the short economy-sized drawers?
No, mine has buttons.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Have you-
interesting.
Have you
now
gone
tell
past?
me this.
Have you gone past the bloomer stage?
Did you ever find out how a hen knows she's pregnant? Sean Coyle was to do it for me about a month ago.
Sean, did you do that?
Rephrase that.
Did you find out how a hen knows it's pregnant? You can get those little pregnancy tests, can't you?
I don't know. We were to ask Jordy, but we forgot. I must apologise.
If its egg turns blue,
Is what?
if its egg turns blue, it's pregnant.
No.
I don't know. Were you supposed to
But
ask
he
somebody?
was to find out for me. He knows somebody who does hens. And he was to find out for me.
Mr.
Now,
Rooster.
if the rooster's in in the hen house with a whole lot of them. Is he a one-woman man?
Well, you see, there is a problem there, and I know that maybe some people out there it's never occurred to them. You see, no matter what happens, a hen will lay an egg anyway, right?
Right.
So how come an egg becomes not an omelette, but becomes another chicken?
Exactly.
Obviously, there's some kind of fertilization process goes
Right.
on.
Well, it's probably a rooster who fertilizes it.
I would imagine
but
that.
you see, our hen used to wander away from home, and Auntie would say, "Oh, she's laying away from home, we'll have to follow her." So we would follow her way up, maybe up a mountainy lane, and she would have the eggs heading in. Now, how the fox never got them, we never know.
Why would the hen do a
But
thing
she
like that?
would, pardon?
Why would the hen do a thing like that, lay away?
Well, that's just what we want to know.
Dirty stop out. That's what she
Right.
is.
So we would take the hens and the eggs home and put her in the hen house in a three-legged pot or some other thing. Right. And then she would have her chicks.
But do you
But
think
will
maybe...
you find out how she knew she was pregnant and why the other hens in the hen house weren't pregnant?
Maybe she was more attractive than the rest
Well,
of
that's
them.
them saying, was he a one-woman man or what?
A better class of feather. One of the things
whatever.
Are you insinuating that the hen that goes away in a distance to lay its eggs has been fertilised? Is that what
Yes,
you-
most definitely. Because we brought her home, put her in a big three-legged pot with nice straw and all, and she incubated the eggs anyway. She had chicks. So how did she know she was pregnant?
No, see, people here used to go to England.
No, she didn't need an abortion or anything. She just wanted the chicks. Will you find out for me? Get Geordie on.
Well, I can't see any reason why we can't ask Geordie that. Now, your question is, how does a hen know it's pregnant?
Yes, out of the whole hen house. Why is she the only one?
You can imagine the hen sitting in the hen. You know this little calendar? You know the
Will
two
you
dates
speak up,
circle?
Pat? Speak up.
Speak up!
Yes, shout.
Thank you.
Right. Goodbye and a happy new year to you all.
Get your drawers on and go out.
I can't get the bloody button done. Goodbye, love.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, no. We've had enough of that.
Grace, yo-ho.
Yo-ho.
Grace is on too.
I know. Grace is on too, you say?
Yes.
Hello, Grace.
Hello, Gerry.
Yes, hello, Grace. Can you hear me?
Well, not very well.
It's just one of those things. There's nothing I can do about it. Can you manage it?
Yes, okay.
Okay, what can we do for you today?
No, Gerry, I'm just wondering if we are the first to have daffodils in our garden.
Oh, do you have daffodils today?
Yes, we had daffodils about 4 days ago.
4 days ago?
Yep.
You had daffodils before Christmas?
Yes.
Well, that's unusual. I've never seen that.
I know. Well, we thought it was a bit strange as well.
Oh, where do you live? Florida?
I live...
Where do you live?
We live in Glenchesk. It's just about 3 miles outside Ballycastle.
Well, I can see no reason why you should get daffodils before anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But all I can say is congratulations.
Well, we're just wondering if it's...
I've seen them in February.
Yeah, I know it is.
Hear me talking like that. To hear me talking like that
I
in
don't know.
February. No, I think perhaps you could be the first daffodil owner. Or the
Right.
first person to be blessed with daffodils.
Well, that's okay.
Maybe perhaps somebody else would ring if anybody... 4 days ago, can anybody beat that? Anybody out there get daffodils more than 4 days ago?
We've taken a picture of them and hopefully my daughter will send them in to the BBC, but it's hard to get...
Oh, you should send it because the weather people will probably use them. You should send them in to the weather people.
There's
Send
only
it...
2 of them now. There's only 2 of them in the garden, but there's a whole lot more as popping up through, but we only have 2 that's actually bloomed.
Two is not bad in December, I have to say to you.
Yeah.
Send that into Newsline because I'm sure they would use that.
Okay.
Okay, well,
All
thank
right,
you.
Gerry, enjoy the show all the time when I
thank
can
you.
get listening to you, okay?
Thank you very much.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So you always
Oh, this whole thing's gone crazy here. Hold on a second. I mean, what?
A gentleman was telling me, I was on the phone there, as a gentleman, he was telling me that you have to,
What?
it's a bit awkward.
Go on,
with
tell me.
the hen.
What?
It's a bit, the hen, you have to sort of
What?
examine the hen.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
No. Who used to examine the hen?
The farmer or the owner of the hen. Do you know what I'm talking about, don't
No, but how does the hen know it's pregnant?
you? The hen doesn't know. You tell
It does
the hen.
know because it knows to get away out of the road.
No, I think. Well, you see, you have to. You lift the hen.
You can't talk about this stuff.
No,
can
you
you?
lift the hen. But I'm talking about rubber gloves here.
We had a cartoon about that.
Do you understand?
The egg bag.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Apparently, it's true.
Is it? Great. All right then. Thank you.
Don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. You can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. Remember to let her into your heart. You can start to make it better. What would you think if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends.
FM and 792 medium wave. BBC Radio 4.
BBC Radio 4 News at 11 o'clock. This is Gerry Bradley. A GAA clubhouse in Derry has been badly damaged in a fire. The blaze at Sean Dolan's in Craigan was spotted at around 4 o'clock this morning. The building was well alight when fire crews arrived, and it took them more than 2 hours to bring the fire under control. The cause is being investigated. Fire officer Kevin Lynch says it was a difficult operation.
The flames were coming out through the roof when we arrived. We were presented with quite a significant fire. The flames were being fanned by high winds, and this was pushing the fire through the building quite quickly. But we were able to make our way into the building, and using firefighting jets, we were able to stop it travelling through the remainder of the building, and we're quite pleased with the amount of building that we were able to save, taking the conditions that we were.
The Deputy Mayor of Derry, Kevin Campbell, says people are stunned.
It provides employment for local people. It's a club for the local people, and here it is in this burnt ground. And we don't know the ins and outs of it yet. We're waiting on PSNE to come back with a report. I think the shock would be the word to describe the mood in the community.
A man's in intensive care after being attacked at his home in Letterkenny. He's believed to have been assaulted with a bottle or glass at Ard O'Donnell yesterday afternoon. Another man's been arrested. Meanwhile, in Oma, a 19-year-old man's in a serious condition in hospital after he was discovered lying in Gardenville Avenue off the Gorchin Road. World news and a vast funeral procession carrying the coffin of the late North Korean dictator Kim Jong-il has made its way through the capital Pyongyang amid scenes of hysterical grieving. Television pictures showed troops bowing their heads as the cortege passed along the snow-covered streets, with close-ups focusing on people wailing and weeping. The procession was led by a black car carrying a huge portrait of the late leader. Mr Kim's son and successor Kim Jong-un walked beside, flanked by top military figures expected to play a key role in the transition. A former British ambassador to Pyongyang, John Everard, is hopeful that change might be on the way.
There have been huge state whispers over recent weeks that just before Kim Jong-il died, that the United States and North Korea were quite close to a deal which would have seen deliveries of US food in exchange for certain North Korean actions, all to do with the North Korean nuclear program. Now, it would be good to think that that dialogue can be resumed and might actually lead to something worthwhile.
Richie Kelly has the sport.
Shamrock Rovers are holding a press conference at 3 o'clock to unveil Stephen Kenny as their new manager. The Tottenham manager, Harry Redknapp, says only the richest clubs in the world could afford Gareth Bale. Redknapp is adamant, though, that the Welsh winger is not for sale. Bale scored both goals in Tottenham's 2-0 win at Norwich last night. Celtic meet Rangers tonight, knowing victory will take them to the top of the Scottish Premier League. And it's been confirmed that the draw for the Setanta Sports Cup will be held at the Aviva Stadium on the 25th of next month, with the first round kicking off on February 13. Derry City, Bohemians and Glentoran are among the unseeded clubs.
Richie Kelly with the sport. Just time for a look at the weather. Rather cloudy with very windy and blustery showers. Gale force westerly winds with severe gales towards the north coast, the high 8 degrees Celsius. Tonight, clear spells at first, then cloudy with showers becoming heavier and prolonged at times with snow on hills. Winds easing a little but still strong with gales at first, temperatures falling to 3 degrees Celsius. And the outlook for tomorrow, it will stay rather cloudy with further showers, most frequent over Derry and West Tyrone, less windy with fresh or strong westerly winds, and a top temperature of 9 degrees Celsius. BBC News, the next bulletin is at midday.
For years, Kieran Gribben has been a talented and popular local singer-songwriter. But this year, he became the lead singer of one of the world's most famous bands.
It's not until you actually walk out on stage as an excess that you realise the weight that's expected of you.
I couldn't think of any more diverse characters, I think, than Michael Hutchins and Kieran Gribben.
When he's out there with NXS, he'll be throwing all the great shapes that rock and roll singers do.
It's almost like your life has been leading up to this point.
Join me, Gerry Anderson, as we reveal the making of a megastar.
You know, after that, he was just like, got a job to do.
Monday at noon on BBC Radio Ulster, and listen again anytime online. Did you hear that? I didn't realise there was a comedy show.
What are you doing playing a train?
I didn't play it. I didn't play it.
Your own programme.
I didn't play it. Somebody in Belfast
Even
played
Janet's
it.
laughing. You think you're crazy.
Even Janet.
Yes.
I didn't play it.
What are you doing?
It wasn't me. I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. It didn't sit well.
You're just jealous.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's re-enter the pre-news groove that we were in before the man read the news and played My Trail. It sounded as if I did it, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Get older, losing my head many years from now. Will you still be sending me a Valentine? Birthday greetings, bottle of wine. If I'd been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? You'll be older too. You'll be older too. bitter sweater by the fireside. Sunday mornings go for a ride, doing the garden, digging the weed. Who could ask for more? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Send me a postcard, drop me a line, stating point of view. Indicate precisely what you mean to say. You're sincerely wasting away. Give me your answer, fill in a form, mine forevermore. Or will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? You'll be older too. You'll be older too.
That's a track called Night Beetle featuring Paul McCartney, the Beatles, and Daft Punk. You may titter. You
Yes.
may titter at the unfortunate placing of that trail. But I have to say, what an interesting programme that is.
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand that.
What's that?
Something that started on its own. Do you know what I was just thinking? A lot of people are making fun of Siobhan O'Connor today. The fact that she was married like 12 minutes.
Siobhan O'Connor?
Sinead O'Connor, I'm sorry. Siobhan O'Connor's a girl I used to go with when I was 18. Sinead O'Connor. People are making fun of her because she was married for 10 minutes. Or 12 minutes. So longer marriage than the last. In the news today for all the wrong reasons. See, I understand why you don't go out. Because you can't function.
Talking of girls.
Yes.
An insider.
Yes.
An insider told me that you nobbled Wednesday on Friday morning.
Wendy's a married woman.
Is this true?
I did not nobble Wendy on Friday morning. What I did was I approached her and I said that a deranged person was going to contact her shortly about an incident that happened a number of years ago at which she was an attendee. And I told her the incident occurred in Buckingham Palace whilst her and I were playing tribute to Camilla Folcha. And I said, a man living in a small town in the northwest does not believe a word of anything that he was told, and he prefers to go to her to see if he can find something with which to attack me. And I told her to be very, very, very careful, but then she turned on me for reasons best known to herself. That's all right, but I can understand that. People are jealous of my talent.
Maura's on one.
Is she? Mm-hmm. Hello, Maura.
Hello, Gerry.
Maura, you sound quite far away, but that's okay. We understand.
Oh, yes, I can hear you.
That's okay. As long as you can hear me, that's the main thing. And we
I
can.
listened to your programme and enjoyed very much, and you very, very good, Gerry.
Thank you
now,
very
you were on about the hen.
Yes.
Now, I'm not sure if you said that every egg is a potential chicken.
Well, you see, when is an egg a chick? When is an egg not an egg?
A chick?
Yeah.
Yes, when the hen has made love with her boyfriend. And
yes.
Talking about the hen going away, how would she know she was pregnant?
That's the point.
Well, I think she does, because the rooster, if he had 10 or 20 hens, he may not have time to go round them all.
No, I'm the same myself some nights.
Yeah. Gerry,
so how does the hen know?
How does she know? Well, years ago, I used to look after hens, and some eggs, you could set the eggs with the clocky hen or the broody hen, and you wouldn't have any chicks.
Why would that be now?
And then, why would that be? Well, obviously, they weren't fertilized.
That's right, yeah.
So, the other thing is, when we had eggs and the hen wasn't prepared to stay on them, we could go round the other farmers and borrow a broody hen if there was one. And then there's another way of getting a hen to get broody, to put an egg under her and keep her on her own away from the others.
Well, you see, if I was a hen...
Yes.
And I was sitting there minding my own business, and somebody slipped in a couple of eggs under my arse, I think I would resent it.
What?
I'd resent it, I think, yeah.
You would?
I'd resent it being used like that.
Oh, I understand you would, but you mentioned in your program about trying to find out if the hen was pregnant with a rubber glove.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, the chicken is in the egg.
Of course, how would you know? The only reason you use a rubber glove is to find out if there's one in the breech.
If an egg...
Do you know what I mean? If there's an egg in there, what Geordie affectionately calls the egg bag.
Yeah, but have you asked Geordie?
No, I'm afraid to.
Oh no, Gerry, come on.
You just want to hear a man talking dirty. I'm afraid to ask him.
No, he might have more knowledge than I have.
I doubt it. He'll pretend as if he had. Don't be getting Geordie on this.
No, but Maura reckons that the hen knows if it made love the night before. Isn't that right, Maura?
Made love.
No.
Wise up.
No, they don't make love hens don't make love at night, Gerry.
They don't make love, they copulate.
Oh, come on, Gerry.
Yes?
In the morning after breakfast, when they've had a good breakfast, that's when the rooster will go around and, pick out his mate.
That's funny that I'm at me peak at night after a meal. And a glass or two of wine.
There's an echo.
I know there's an echo. The lady's got a wireless on. Could I ask you, could you put your radio off, please?
Oh, off, Gerry. Yes, I will.
If you don't mind. Because it makes it difficult to hear.
It's off, Gerry.
That's better, because it makes it difficult to
yes,
make
I
out
can
what
hear
we're
you
saying.
now. Well, the other thing is, if the rooster had a lot of hens in the morning or whenever he did his business,
Yeah.
if he had a lot of hens to go round, by the time he finished with the hens, he probably would be very tired.
I would imagine so. He'd probably need 40 winks.
He probably would need 40 winks.
He'd be ready
And
for his...
then the eggs may not be fertile.
No. Well, that's true. But see, there are many things to take into consideration here.
Gerry, I can't hear you too well, Gerry.
That's okay. Maybe we've opened a can of worms here. It's a difficult thing. Let's put it this way.
Just a wee minute.
That's okay.
Gerry.
Yes?
You see, by the end of his routine of when he made love to his hens, there wouldn't be...
You put your radio on again.
I have, Gerry, because I can't hear you on the phone.
Oh, dear. All right, then.
You need Cannon.
Cannon's been very bad recently.
No,
He'd need to make a resolution to help us.
Well, the other thing, Gerry, if the rooster missed a few hens and the owner of the hens picked the eggs from that day, maybe 10 or 12 eggs, and put them under the hen.
Yeah.
If he missed a few, if he missed a few hens, well, then you wouldn't have chickens in all the eggs.
That's right, so it's kind of potluck in a way. So if you put a dozen eggs in, 2 little heads might pop up, and maybe the others are omelettes.
Yes. But you see, it's not potluck, it's just egg luck.
Egg luck.
Yeah.
All right, then, that's good. Thank you. Listen, thank you very much for contributing to the fund of knowledge that is known as the Gerry Anderson Show.
Well, somebody else might have better knowledge, but if you can find that, Gerry, glad to talk to you, and I hope that solves your problem. But I don't want to see you going around looking for hens to see if they're pregnant.
No, I don't want to stoop to that level either. Okay, thank you very much.
Gerry, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello.
For God's sake.
George in the Shankill wants to talk to you.
Does he?
He's on 2.
George, hello.
Good morning. How you doing, Gerry?
I'm all right, thanks. George from the
Happy New Year to you and Sean there, and all the boys up in Londonderry.
Happy, yes. Happy New Year to you, yes.
I'm going to bring another wee bit of knowledge to your station. There's a program on the History Channel which is very, very good. I think you'd like it yourself. And you call it Storage Wars, and it's about these Yanks again. And they go around buying storage units up, where people haven't paid for their storage unit, so they buy the contents up.
Yes.
And the other night I was sitting laughing, like, come on, this guy Barry, he's quite eccentric, you like him too. He bought a unit, and in that unit he found a box of sunglasses for hens. I kid you not, Jerry, I kid you not. Wee tiny, tiny red sunglasses would have put them on the end of the hen's beak, and the 2 wee red flap down, they're supposed to make them broody. So it is, and he went to a battery hen farm to check it out. And right enough, your man says, yes, in the 50s and 60s, it was a big, big thing where they bought the hen breeders had bought tens of thousands of pairs of sunglasses for their hens.
That's right. I've heard of that before. Can you imagine what it would be like to walk into a big barn with maybe 10,000 hens and every one of them wearing a pair of sunglasses?
And you with no sunglasses and saying, like, that's he's so uncool.
Cool hens. What did it do? Did it enable them to breed or lay?
Yeah. Apparently it made them, well, I can't say the H word on here, but it made them sort of want the ladies more.
Indeed.
So
yes.
it did.
Well, you see, maybe that's why...
Cool hen look.
I think I'll just turn off that microphone there. Well, thank you for that, because the storage units, of course, they're starting to use them here. People who are moving from A to B or whatever, they store their stuff. So people who go bankrupt, the people who go bankrupt, and then other people buy their storage units.
Yes, that's it. Excellent programme. Maybe I'd like to see a pair of homemade Geordie Tough ones.
Oh my God, that'll probably happen here soon. Everything else is happening as well. Listen, thank you for that.
All right, good luck, Jerry.
Thank you. Bye. What?
Veronica would like to talk to you on one.
Veronica?
Yes, Gerry?
Yes, hello, how are you?
Hello. I was listening to your programme one morning, and it was around November, and there was a record by Nigel Kennedy, Danny Boy.
Yes.
And I was wondering, could you tell me who or what label it's under, or album or something?
Oh, I can't tell you off the top of my head because I can't remember. If I had a staff here, they would help me, but, there's no point. I wonder what... I'll try and find that out for you. Nigel Kennedy.
Yeah.
You sure it was Nigel Kennedy?
Played it was during the Remembrance time,
Oh, right, yes,
and
I do remember
it was
that.
recorded,
I do remember that, yes.
Yeah,
I can't remember what that was, but I'll try and find out what it was. Yes, I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
So keep an ear out, and I'll let you know in the fullness of time.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Bye. Happy New Year. Bye. I have no recollection of that at all. None whatsoever.
Here's a wishing well. Here's a penny full. Any thought it is that makes you smile. Every diamond dream, everything that brings love and happiness to your life.
Here's a rabbit's foot. Take it when you go, so you'll always know you're safe from harm. Wear your ruby shoes when you're far away, so you'll always stay home in your heart. You'll always have a lucky star that shines because of what you are, even in the deepest dark, because your aim is true. And if I could only have one wish, darling, then it would be love and happiness for you. Here's a spinning wheel. Use it once you've learned. There's a way to turn the straw to gold. Here's a rosary. Count on every beat with a prayer to keep the hope you hold. You'll always have a lucky star that shines because of what you are, even in the deepest dark, because your aim is true. And if I could only have one wish, happiness for you.
That's the other version of Love and Happiness, not the Kimmy Rhodes one, although she still wrote it. That is a track called Love and Happiness from... what is it from? It's from this thing here, which I can't find. Whatever it is. Oh, this one here. It's from an album called All the Road Running with Mark Knopfler, of course, and Emmylou Harris. That's a song called Love and Happiness. Great show yesterday, kid. A great show which made Prince Philip pick up his bed and said, taxi for the prince. We had that Anderson chap round one night. The wife seemed greatly taken with him, but I have some misgivings. I walked up to him with my hands behind my back, as is my wont, and I said, hello, and what do you do? He looked at his hop-along Cassidy watch and replied, it's 20 minutes to 9, Your Highness. Taxi for Phil. Tommy, my cat, strolled into the room wearing his Christmas jumper. It was a vomit-inducing extravaganza of snowmen, holly, robins, and Santa Claus. As Tommy picked at the leftover Shivers jelly in the fridge, I thought of all the poor men who were sitting in corners, afraid to go out and face the scorn of the Christmas jumper jury. It's an awful experience for a man to go for a walk or pop into a pub wearing the hideous creation that their wives and girlfriends had given so much thought to. Some men go to extremes to rid themselves of the Christmas jumper. Some set themselves on fire, leap into sewage tanks, or go to the police and report the theft of their Christmas jumper. Let's see if I've got this right, said the detective. 2 burly men jumped upon you, forced you to take off your Christmas jumper and made off with it. You received no injuries. The jumper thieves never stole your money or mobile phone, just your jumper. The detective winked and said, leave it with us, sir. I think we're dealing with an international cartel of Christmas jumper thieves. Only yesterday, sir, I was mugged and left bereft of my wife's Christmas in Lapland jumper. What an air of depression and sadness has settled over Belfast. You would think that one of the giant cranes had died. It's a condition known as the Christmas blues. Millies don't have the same arrogant strut to their fluffy pink bedroom slippers as they go to the corner shop in their pyjamas. The little hoodies huddle together for comfort, sucking at empty vodka bottles. Old corgers don't spit their phlegm half as far as they used to. The old bellows have gone. Shopping housewives walk around in circles like dead planets circling a dying sun. People burst into tears for no reason. Husbands cling on to their wives' ankles, begging, don't leave me alone. Then the dismal darkness is shouted by a cheery whistle. It's Big Jim McDowell, sweeping the streets with his giant stuck-out feet. What about you, Belfast? Come on, snap out of it. It's nearly the new year. Plenty of Northern Ireland nils to look forward to. Northern Ireland nil, Estonia 5. Northern Ireland nil, Poland 8. Northern Ireland nil, Northern Ireland 1. What? Mimic Fettridge is still the Opera House. Stephen Nolan will give us a good laugh when he appears in these big Christmas jumpers. Sticking out, Belfast. Sticking out. Sticking out. Sticking out. Sticking out. Sticking out.
Girl, you're up and you left me, now I'm all alone. But there's a freeway running right by my home. And I admit I feel good knowing you feel hurt. Every time it pass by on your way to work. I got a sign on my roof that's 20 feet high. Read it and weep when you drive by. But still a reminder that you broke our vow. Reads, if you loved here, you'd be home by now. The fact that you're angry because you're stuck in a jam brings a little bit of comfort to this lonely man. But what's better than this is the pain you must feel every time you drive by in your automobile. Pass a sign on my roof that's 20 feet high. Read it and weep when you drive by. This daily reminder that you broke our vow reads, if you loved here, you'd be home by now. It's standing tall to remind you of all you're missing. You'd be home right now. We'd be loving and a hugging and a kissing. If you love here. it's here too. And then a long, long drive is 2 hours plus. You got a lot of time to think and it's gotta be rough. When you drive past a sign that's 20 feet high, read it and weep when you drive by. A daily reminder that you broke our vow reads, if you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now. If you loved here, you'd be home by now.
That's a little-known band of whom I'm particularly fond. They're called The Lost Dogs, and that's a song called If You Loved Here, You'd Be Home By Now, by The Lost Dogs, from an album called Gift Horse, made in about 1999, 10, 11, 12 years ago. You know what I was thinking?
That was Gerry Kelly.
What does he want?
That was Gerry Kelly.
Singing?
No.
On the phone to you?
No.
Where was he?
Nigel Kennedy.
Oh, was it? I'm sure I told you I had no idea, but I didn't want to let the woman down.
Yes, Nigel Kennedy, and it's on his greatest hits, EMI Classics double CD.
See the way I lied to that woman? I told her it was me.
You see?
I didn't want to make her seem silly.
It was Big Kelly.
It was Big Kelly. But I could have said to that lady, listen, I have no recollection at all of ever playing that, which I hadn't, and I had no idea. But, you know, I was kind to her, and I was nice, and then we sorted it out. Now that lady knows that she's made a mistake, and she's not embarrassed in front of her friends.
Right. Sorry, were you about to say something? Or?
I was about to say something. I noticed something yesterday, which is a curious phenomenon. I thought it had gone away. Do you remember a long time ago, people used to go to the video shop and rent movies?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes.
They still do that, but not in as great numbers because... Now, for instance, I don't do that anymore because I have a little Apple thing. Do you know my little Apple thing?
I hate going into the video shop. I hate it. My wife would say to me, she says, on the way home, call in and bring home a video. And I never knew. I used to say to the fella behind the counter, could you recommend a video? I never, ever picked one because I didn't know. See, I didn't know what.
But then you had to go home and watch it.
Yeah, I said he recommended it.
You can't trust those people.
You know?
They always recommend things that, you know, they can't get rid of.
I would say, like, don't give... I don't want anything science fiction.
Nothing with women in it.
Yeah, you know. So, you know...
no science fiction, no love pictures.
If you have any sort of true stories, something true, what have you got? And then he would hand me, said, take that there, that's good there.
And were they good?
No.
Of course they weren't. No. He just give you the first thing that was
Take it
lying
right
on the counter. Here, take that. He says, there's a sucker coming. But what I used to notice was that whenever people used to leave back their videos,
yes,
people would always be, invariably, it wouldn't be the person who was driving the car that would leave back the video. No. A man saying his wife, or maybe perhaps your wife is driving, right? And maybe you're not driving. I don't know. I mean, some men don't like their wife driving. Do you mind if your wife drives in the car you're in?
No, I don't care.
No. A lot of men don't. I remember a fella saying, no woman drives me.
Not at all.
I remember a fella saying
great.
That. What's wrong with these people? It means you can look out the window and everything, read the paper. If my wife drove me all the time, I'd be the happiest man in the world. A lot of men think that that's macho. Well, I'll drive it. No woman drives me. Yeah. No woman will drive me. I'll drive myself. No, get out of that. Sit, woman. Get out of that. Get out of them keys. Just sit in the car. Give the keys to the car. I'm driving. Anyway, what I used to... Sorry, I just had a little turn there. What I used to notice was that people would run... They would pull up in front of the video store, and then the person with the video would run out and run into the shop, and then run out again. Yeah. Why did they run? There's no hurry. Why people always did that. Do you ever notice that?
That's right.
People always run in with the video and run out again and jump into the car as if, you know, they just robbed the place.
Yeah.
Why do people do that? I noticed that phenomenon yesterday.
There's a video store quite close to us where we're working.
Do you notice this?
And people would drive... say the video shop was closed. You put the videos in through the letterbox.
Yeah, okay.
And people would drive down and they would stop at the middle of the road.
Run.
As you say. And then the passenger, or maybe even the driver, would get out, just stop the car, stop all the traffic, and run, post them in. It was all right to do that. But they would never drive on up the street a bit, get a parking space, and walk back. No, as you say,
no, I don't
they
mind.
stop.
No, and I don't mind that. That's just plain.
Oh, I do.
I don't mind. That's just plain disruption to traffic. More people should do that. But I'm talking about people... Now, the person would have to run because they'd be aware that the traffic is piling up behind them. So the person would have to run and put the video in and come out and run back again.
Didn't have to stop the traffic.
But that's...
Why stop the traffic? Why not just move on up? Why not park up like 20 yards up the street?
I would do that just to annoy people. I do that all the time. I annoy people all the time just for badness, just to keep my hand in. But I noticed this happening yesterday. I went down to the Derry City Council disposal unit, whatever they call it.
Right.
You know when you put all your rubbish?
Yes, yes.
I've never seen as much frenetic activity in my life.
Isn't it great? You could spend hours down there, couldn't you?
But they're all running.
But I love it.
They're
but
running.
It's great to watch all the people going about their
What's
business.
wrong with them? What's their hurry? People are going to... See, what happens is during Christmas,
take my time.
People gather stuff. And then after Christmas, they throw it all away.
I love finding a new department.
Well, of course, there's separate departments
plastic
for
over
plastics.
here. We're tins over here.
Braziers.
Where do you go with this here? Yeah. And you never ask the man because it's great finding it yourself.
They won't tell you anyway.
No, but it's great finding it yourself. That's great. I really enjoy it. I think it's a great service.
But do you not notice that the people are running out of their cars with their rubbish and then running back? Do you not notice that? They're in such a hurry. What's wrong with them? Because they were running to buy the stuff and now they're running to throw it away. What's wrong with these people? Don't they understand that they have to relax? These are the people that have heart attacks. You don't notice it because I suspect that you may be the same. And that's what's going to happen to you.
No, I would
You'd be found dead in the plastic.
I go quite often to the cut grass skip, with the greens. And if you've got a couple of bags of grass to dispose, it's great because you go to the boot of the car and you're walking back. There's usually somebody doing the same thing. Oh, that's a cut for another way, lad. Never stops. And you have the wee conversation. That'll keep it going. That'll keep her happy now. She's happy now. That'll be me out tonight. And all that, And you have wee conversation with people. And you see people, Then you see another person over with their bottles. Blink, 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 blink. Dropping the bottles in. And other people maybe getting rid of old clothes. And it's a whole community. It's great, so it is. It's great.
What an exciting life.
And then the man who's in charge of the skip. Janet says Jenny's on one. The person in charge, you see them coming out and inspecting the skips every so often.
You're looking at the stuff you put in.
You see what's going.
What about the fellow who rang here one time, who went down to that place and asked the man if he'd give him a couple of trays out of one of the old fridges over there, and he wouldn't give them to him.
Did he not give them to him?
No. He said I thought that was...
Oh, they belong to the council?
Exactly. I thought that was the height of meanness. There was a thing on the other day about this person. Apparently there was an office, and they brought in a Christmas tree before Christmas, right? And they left the Christmas tree in, and they decorated...
And where?
Into the office where they worked. For instance, this is an office, right?
Right.
Can you imagine me brought a Christmas tree in?
Yeah, yes.
And they decorated it.
Yeah.
And they put lights on it.
Right.
And they came back the next day, and all the lights were gone. And there was a little note on it which said, "Health and safety forbids these lights. They are a hazard. Hope you enjoy your Christmas." Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. Who's on the line here? Hello, good morning.
Hello, Gerry. It's Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny, hello.
Hiya.
All right, hello.
Gerry, I was listening to you playing Love and Happiness there, and I was so glad you played the Mark Knopfler version of it. And I was just asking Janet, why do you never play much Mark Knopfler at all?
Well, I don't know why.
Oh, well, he's brilliant. I mean, you appreciate good music. You love talented people.
I went to see Mark Knopfler one time in Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club. It was about 6 years ago. He's got a little group that he plays with called the Notting Hillbillies.
Oh, well, that was it. It doesn't still play with them.
Yes, he does. And what he does is but he doesn't publicise it much. What he does, he goes around and does little small gigs. And he was in Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club, and I managed to get in. And it was fantastic. It was just great. Just about, a couple of hundred people, him and the band, and you were just sitting right beside him. And it was just about the best concert I think I was ever at.
Well, I haven't been fortunate enough to see him, but what I want to talk to you about is, the Sailing to Philadelphia album?
Yes.
Well, please listen to that sometime and play Speedway at Nazareth on your show.
I played that often, Speedway
at Nazareth?
No, say Sailing to Philadelphia, other tracks, but I haven't played Speedway at Nazareth.
And listen to it right to the very end. It is fantastic, and I would say your listeners would be asking for it again once they've heard it.
Okay, well, I think I should do that because I'm vaguely familiar with that track. I haven't played it on the radio, but I remember playing it privately in the comfort of my own home.
Make that your New Year's resolution, Gerry.
All right, then I'll do that. I've got another New Year's resolution here. What?
Do you want it?
Yes, I think I would like that, yeah.
We'll get it on. Yeah. what's it called? Speedway to Nazareth?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Number 11, track 11.
Okay.
It's on Sailing to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Mark
Mark
Knopfler.
Knopfler, okay.
I bought that in a market in Sydney.
Did you?
There's no answer to that, is there? No. Thank you very much, dear.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
What about Sam? You hold. Sam's on too. So hateful. Per Sam. Big civil Sam. You're not going to talk to him. After this.
Rock and roll. The only thing that counts.
You send me many places that I do not wish to go. Though I have my doubts, you know I believe it is right. From the red brick streets of Manhattan to the Gulf of Mexico, I'll say it out loud and I sing it with all my might. Well, it's one great big universe, and he's teaching my heart how to fly. Well, it's one great big universe that I got my piece of the sky. Even though it's 6 in the morning, I am wide awake, 'cause I'm leaving again. Gonna take this old guitar and go. I'm gonna sing and tell you I love you, though I do not know your name. And I try to explain all the things that I need you to know. Well, it's one great big universe, and he's teaching my heart how to fly. Well, it's one great big universe that I got my piece of the sky. And I do believe what he said to be true, but it's better to live for today. Yeah, that I'll hit the road, this vagabond crew, and we'll sing this a song of the way. Na, 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 Well, it's one great big universe, and he's teaching my heart how to fly. Well, it's one great big universe that I got my piece of the sky. One great big universe, and he's teaching my heart how to fly. Well, it's one great big universe that I got my piece.
That's a local band called Microlip. Let me just get the title of that. It's on the CD, so I can't tell you what it is. No, it's not that one either. Sorry. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that was. Hold on, what was it? Sorry, 13. What was it? Sorry. Oh, I don't know what it was. I don't know what that was.
Well, what about Simon too?
I thought it was something else. I don't know what it was. That's annoying me now. I'm looking at everything.
Could you go to Sam?
Where is he?
On two.
Okay. Morning. Good morning, Sam.
Morning, Jerry.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. I was just listening to you. So before I approach you about what I want my on about, I was just listening to you, Sean, and yourself earlier on talking about Tarzan.
Yes.
And I was thinking of the different guys that played their role over the years, you know. And the one that I thought that was the most unlikely looking Tarzan was a fella called Gordon Scott. Apparently this guy, he won a bodybuilding, Mr. Universe type thing, you know.
Uh-huh.
And he had the body for it. But he just sleeked hair. You just thought he was just straight out of the hairdresser's the day and all the back, and he looked more like Tarzan than I did.
I mean, you see, you have to say to yourself, what's wrong with that? You see, you might be like Mr. Coyle there, who doesn't like any kind of fanciness.
No, I thought Jock Mahoney was quite weak.
Yeah, Jack Mahoney, he was a bit more convincing than some of the others.
I must apologise to the listeners for this delve back into the reaches of time. You see, you can tell how old a person is by the number of Tarzans he can name. Many Tarzans. Who was the Lord Greystoke? Who was the most recent Tarzan?
Well, that's what I don't know.
Was that a French actor, wasn't it?
See, to me, it was Jock Mahoney.
What was that, 1953? For me, it was Johnny Weissmuller.
No, he was a way back. That's when you're battering your chest.
Yeah,
when you're doing that.
Gerry, you're right. Johnny Weissmuller was the most convincing Tarzan.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Barbara Stanwyck never battered her chest. I wish she'd had.
And all the other Tarzans, it was always Johnny Weissmuller's call.
I told you what my mother used to always say, didn't I?
About Tarzan?
No, about Johnny Weissmuller.
What?
Because I used to always go into her when I was a kid and in from school and that. I said, Mommy, I want to go to the pictures. At the time the matinee was on. Tarzan's on, Johnny Weissmuller. And she said, I don't care if it's Johnny Weiss's father, you're not going.
Johnny Weissmuller, his father?
No. See, let me repeat that.
Yes.
It's Johnny Weissmuller's on, Johnny Weissmuller.
Muller? Oh, Johnny Weissmuller?
Johnny Weissmuller, sounded like Muller. And she said, I don't care if it's Johnny Weiss's father, you're not going.
And Gerry, one of his favourite words was umgawa.
Umgawa.
That's right.
Bunga. Hungan, and demon, big man, bingle, bunga. Ungara.
But he gives that call, there were about 300 apes and about 30 elephants all come running towards him.
And Cheetah came. Oh, hi there. I'll be 80 years old in 2012.
I saw that
Bunga. Unga, dinda, binda, kata, bunga, ranga.
Hey, Gerry,
yes?
what I'm on about?
Yes?
About maybe 3-4 months ago, I was on for a friend for a mobility scooter, second-hand mobility scooter.
Yes.
And we got a good response. There was about 7 or 8 calls for it, and he got one he's well pleased with.
Uh-huh.
But recently he bought a wee stair lift, for getting you up and down the stairs. You can't negotiate the stairs very well.
Yes.
And he bought a second-hand one, and it is packed up.
Uh-huh.
Now, apparently it needs a circuit board.
A circuit board?
A circuit board, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And there was one guy on that time who was selling the scooters. Apparently he would have bought them when they weren't working, and he would have fixed them and sold them again. He was on about one. And I was wondering if that guy was listening. He said he fixed other stuff too for handicapped people, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if it was either him or anyone else out there who could give a circuit board for a wee stair lift.
Or else you could have a look at it and, and have an idea of what might be wrong with it and what exactly is required. The circuit board obviously sounds like some kind of computery thing. Could be anything. You probably need to know the name of the maker of the stair lift, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
So you would like to hear from him or anyone out there who specialises in that kind of work?
Yes.
Could they help in any way? Yeah, okay. Give us a ring here at 08459 555 678. We've still got a few minutes left on what we laughingly call the show. So you can give us a ring here and then we'll pass the contact on to you. Okay? We'll do
Gerry,
that.
Get Ken to do something about that phone.
Well, it's ridiculous.
You
I
think
know.
you're talking from Mars?
I know. Well, as a matter of fact, it's Derry. Nearly the same thing. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gerry.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. When did Lonnie Donegan die?
Oh, now there's a question.
Is there any answer?
Because Lonnie Donegan be dead about 5 years.
This morning earlier on, I was going through some of my old records whilst you were in the kitchen sobering up.
Yes.
And I came across this record. It's called The Skiffle Sessions.
Where did you get that?
I found it. It's called...
That's Lonnie Donegan, Chris Barber and Van Morrison.
It is.
Live in Belfast.
Live in Belfast on the 20th and the 21st of November, 1998. There was a concert.
202 he died.
202.
Janet tells me.
202? Probably 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't 202. It'll be 1,800 years old.
202.
All right, 1,810 years old, which is a hell of an age. Van Morrison, Lonnie Donegan and Chris Barber got together in the Whitla Hall on the 20th and the 21st of November 1998, recorded all the old skiffle songs that Van Morrison knew and loved as a child. And Lonnie Donegan's on this, so I was just listening to that this morning. And Mule Skinner Blues, I'm going to play that today.
No, why don't you play Lost John?
Lost John?
That's great.
Do you like that?
What's his name, Sammy?
Do you like that?
It's very popular. People like it.
Do you like Lost John?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Mule Skinner Blues.
I said, just you would do that, you see.
Good morning, sun. Daily brother Mule Skinner, working on your new road line. I like to work. I'm rolling all the time. I like to work. I'm rolling all the time. I can carve my initials on an old mule's behind. I said, hey, little Wally boy, bring that Wally book around. Said, hey, little Wally boy, bring that Wally book around. And if you don't like your job, set that Wally bucket down. Working on your new road line.
My God, wasn't that awful?
Yeah, you see, what about Nights? What about Lorna on one? I told you, Lost John was far, far better. They were all over the place there, so they were dreadful. What about the call? Last call on the
This
program.
is a story about
Graham
Dumb Dumb
McDowell's
George.
new record.
We came up to Boston one sunny afternoon. He drove up from New York City. And he was freaky. And he wanted to record me. And I said, George, you're dumb. And he said, I know. Why do you think I make so much money? I want to do a record that'll make #1. Dumb Dumb.
you know what that is? That's called Dum Dum George. Do you know what that is?
No.
That's from an album made by Van Morrison. And it's on release, and it's called The Complete Bang Sessions. There's about 20, 30 tracks, all about 1 minute long, like that. And he was asked to, he had signed his contract, he was trying to get out of it, so they wanted him to make an album. So he sat in the studio and he sang all these rubbish songs, about 30 of them, and they were never released until now. It's called The Complete Bang Sessions. Sounds like Graham McDowell, doesn't he?
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Lorna.
Where is she?
On one.
On one. Good morning, Lorna.
Hello, Gerry.
Sorry for keeping you like that.
Oh, don't worry. The last time I spoke to you, you were in America recovering from your marathon.
Well,
and you never told us, and maybe I didn't hear you, you never told the nation how much that all yielded.
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't know the exact figure, but the bunch of us went out, and a bunch of us, I think, was somewhere near 100,000 quid.
Good man, Gerry. Now listen, why I phoned you is, do you know why the hen goes away with her wee secret place? That's nature.
I know it's nature.
It's nature. Well, just you tell the whole world that it's nature, and everybody believes what you say, Gerry.
No, they don't.
They do. Because you're a fount of all knowledge, you and Sean, and you've created a great programme out of very little.
Absolutely right. Brilliant. You never said it true. As a matter of fact...
Gerry.
Yes.
That includes having me on to speak with you, and I would just like to take the opportunity to wish everybody associated with anything that comes in on a radio into people's homes a very, very lovely new year. May they have health and blessings.
That's a very nice thing to say, and I wish you all the same. I hope you have a very happy and a healthy new year.
And, you know, it takes the old dog for the hard road. Bye-bye, Gerry.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
The old dog for the hard road, and the pup for the pad.
The pup for the pad and the old dog for the hard road. You know, people don't realise how little goes into this programme. No, if people realise how little went into this programme, they'd appreciate it more. So I think as time goes on, I'm going to make a New Year's resolution. I'm going to tell the people how little goes into this programme on a regular basis, so that they will marvel at it and realise that no two other people could do this. Nobody would have the nerve.
Apparently there's lambs in Hamilton's Bond.
Well, thank you for that. It's something that I will cherish as the day goes on. We'll be back tomorrow with more pieces of information like that.